We are fortunate to have a variety of speakers for Sunday services, and by using guest speakers, we gain wisdom from all those who share. This is a church where you can worship the God of your own understanding, a place to experience joy and be uplifted, a place where we can gain strength and inspiration to share with all we meet throughout the week. We invite you to join us in this celebration of life, nourish your spirit, and to enjoy the company of kindred souls.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. All right. So at this time, an invocation for opening prayer for us today. Source Creator, raise us up each and every day to feel divine love, to open to divine love, and to express divine love through us in all we do. So at this time, Carol, what is our opening hymn? What is it?
Opening hymn, well, that will be 222? No.
Oh, let there be peace. That's right. Never mind. I'm losing my mind. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. All right, so let's sing another song. What is our first one?
222 or 153, what's your choice?
Oh, 222 over there. Okay.
My left begins for me today.
Yes, 222. Yesterdays have passed away, no more to cause us sigh. Before me lies the bright today, all of blessings, all is whole. And I rejoice to find life's way and sing its joys untold. Today for me begins anew, a life that holds for me all that is good and real and true. Its blessings now I see. I look no longer to the past, nor wait for future days. For you today my lot is cast, its present joys I praise. Thank you, Carol. All right, well, my name is Sue Brewer, and I'm the president of Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. Our speaker today is Vinod Gupta, and for all of you who have not done so, check our website for his background, because it's amazing. His topic today is how to manifest. Now, the announcements, I know they get old and tired, but on Monday night, 6 p.m., the Unity Book Group will be meeting downstairs, and the book is Mary Magdalene Revealed, and Carol has a copy of it if you'd like to take a look at it. It's what Kim was talking about. She read a whole lot of little passages from that when she spoke at the beginning of the month, and it sounds very interesting. On Tuesday is the Abraham group. They meet at 1 p.m. downstairs, and they are still working on the amazing power of deliberate intent. And then February 28th is Pam Losasso's workshop. If you have not signed up already and do want to go, today's the day. You need to have your payment to her by tomorrow. So it's about the Wheel of Predictability. She uses tarot and numerology and astrology to put all of them together to show how you can make more positive predictions and more reliable predictions of what's going to happen in your future. And so please do sign up downstairs, or at least let me or Steve know, because we're both going to contact her to let her know how many people are going to come. On Sunday morning, next Sunday morning at 9 o'clock is Robert's meditation group, and you will be meeting downstairs, or?
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Okay, so one or the other. Yeah. Yeah. And then on next Sunday, Carol Giesecke will be speaking about whatever she wants to speak about, because she hasn't told us yet. So that's what our announcements are for today. So first we'll do our, I know, we're going to get to that. We're going to read our principles first. Somebody's music is playing. Yeah. It's lovely. All right, so on the white card, you'll see our principles. We believe God is the eternal source and creator of all and is present in everything. Our eternal soul, endowed with free will, grows through many lifetimes. Communication occurs between the physical and spiritual worlds. Prayer and meditation strengthen our connection to the divine. All healing comes from Source. Seeking this for ourselves and for compassion for others suffering is the highest priority. Because we are all one, what we do unto others, we do unto ourselves. The choice of love is always open for every soul. Living these principles leads us to grow in divine love. All right, so at this point, we will ask for people if they have prayer requests, and I know Carolyn Sheets contacted both me and Carol about a prayer request, so she's going to read it for us.
Okay. I have to read it. Because it's long. Okay. We got prayer requests for Harriet Crofts, who passed this week quite suddenly since multiple health issues started last spring. In the 80s, she found our church and was a steady member, also in one of Rev's meditation classes for those years also. Since our early 30s, for 47 years, Harriet has been my dear friend and spiritual companion. She will be deeply missed, and a celebration of Harriet's life is being planned for March. We'll let you know soon.
Okay, so prayers for Harriet.
Yes.
Well, let's give some prayers for Carolyn Sheets as well to keep her moving on the right path.
Prayers for my daughter Emily, and her baby is still in breech. We would really appreciate prayers. Very stubborn baby, but this will be my first grandchild and be a granddaughter. so prayers requested.
Prayers, definitely. Any other prayers today that we need to worry about? All right, can somebody please bring forward the bowl with the names in it for us? So we'll have that prayer bowl up here. We will be praying over it as well as the prayers we've just asked for. And at this time also, Robert will ring the singing bowl for us, and we'll have a moment of silence, and then we'll sing in the silence. there. Truth is there. God is there. Jan will be giving us our healing meditation.
Can you hear me? I mean, is it the right spot? Okay. I'd like to start the meditation, and I'd like a little bit of music from behind me. I don't know if you heard me or not. Anyhow, I'll go ahead and start. I'd like you to please close your eyes. Put your feet flat on the floor. Put your hands in your lap. And then take a deep breath and relax into your seat. Focus your attention on your connection to Mother Earth, which is solidly beneath your feet. And then draw her energy up from your feet, through your feet, slowly up to your heart, always breathing deeply into your heart. Now see your heart open, ever expanding. Relax into this expansion and allow your heart to fill with the feelings of unconditional love. Stay there until you feel it fully and breathe into the continued expansion of your heart. Now move your attention and the energy up into your head center. Move to the area between your eyebrows, moving back into the center of your head until you see a small master gland. This is your pineal gland. Spend time with it and thank it for all the work it does to assist your body. Now send love from your heart to your pineal gland, for it is the energy center that connects to your higher self, to your soul, and eventually up to us, the guardians of the Akashic records and the masters from Source. Your connection is how we can communicate with you. See and feel the flow of this energy, drawing from down into the earth, up through your feet and legs and abdomen, rising up into your heart, moving up to connect your heart to your pineal gland. Now see that energy rising up from your pineal gland through your crown chakra, making the connection to us, the masters from Source. Imagine now a silvery blue column of light coming from us to connect to you. This column surrounds your whole body, and it continues down into the earth. You are now surrounded and protected by the Akashic column of light the record keepers and the beings of light have sent to you. Inside this column of light, you are held in divine love. So take a few more moments to feel the unconditional love and energy of your connection to us. Now visualize yourself being surrounded and protected in this beautiful silvery blue column of light. Breathe in the unconditional love and know you are guided and always have been. It is inside this connection that you were able to transform your life. Relax into the healing energy. Feel the source energy running through you, surrounding you, filling you with lasting love. When you feel ready, slowly return to this blessed space we are all sharing at this moment, knowing that you may go about your day confident that healing is taking place. I would like to share a prayer with you for financial abundance at this point. Mother, Father, Goddess, God, I am open to the flow of abundance. Please take me back, outside of time and space, to the origin of any lack or poverty consciousness that I hold. I release the collective beliefs that affect me consciously and unconsciously. I liberate any beliefs which come from my family and ancestral line and return them to their originator with love. I now create new space in my life and body to make new choices. I am free to follow my soul path. As I step into the flow of abundance, new ideas, situations, and new opportunities enhance my life with ease. I accept these blessings for all humanity, and I am filled with gratitude. And so it is, and blessed be. Namaste.
First of all, thank you very much for waiting for me. I appreciate it. Today's topic is how do you manifest? Lady talk about abundance. It doesn't happen to you by itself. You have to work at it. Okay. I came here about a year ago and talked about happiness. And there were 2 items on happiness. I want to see which one and how many of you can remember. as to what are the two main ingredients of happiness? Anybody? Okay, I'll get you started. The first one is gratitude. Okay, it's a must. I was giving a talk to Lake Superior College. I asked them, I said, since you got up this morning, tell me 10 things which you're gratitude about. And guess what? They couldn't remember one. I said, let me help you. You got up this morning. You couldn't have got up. Okay, you could have been dead in bed. You got here. You didn't hit anybody. Nobody hit you. Should be thankful. Nothing is given. Okay, you're healthy, and I assume you had good breakfast. Gratitude. So gratitude is a must for happiness, because otherwise there are a lot of negative things in life which happen and they can bring you down. So today's topic is related to the second one. And second one is, to make life fulfilled, you got to strive for what you want. That's what lady talked about. If you want abundance, okay, you got to strive for it. Now, what is stopping you from getting you what you want? Anybody?
Not doing anything to get there.
So, what you want and you don't take any action about it, okay, nothing is going to happen. Okay, that's where manifestation comes from. Now, in life, nothing is given, regardless of how hard you manifest. Okay, nothing is given. Only thing you can do is increase the probability of what you are striving for. Okay, let me repeat that. The only thing you can do, increase the probability of making it happen what you strive for. Now, there is a little bit of science about it. There are 4 pillars. There are 4 items which you need to be aware of and follow. Okay? Anybody can think of one item?
Only one.
No, there are 4. Out of 4, you can talk about one item. I'm sure there's nothing esoteric about that. The first item is, you got to think about what your goal is. Okay? For example, if you say, I want to have abundance of money. Okay, how do you know when you get there? What does abundance mean? Okay, if you say, I want $1 million in 10 years. Okay, now you're talking about a goal. So first thing is goal. You got to have a goal. Now there are certain conditions about goal. First thing is, you can set up a goal. And I can give you multiple examples where people, oh, I want this. And when you get there, guess what happens? No, that's not what I really wanted. Money is one of them. Up to a certain point, okay, money is good. It makes you happy. You strive for it. Above and beyond that, it doesn't add to your happiness. Okay, it really does not add to your happiness. When you get there, you know, there are examples of Hollywood people, you know, they want this and they want that and they want $1 million, they want a big yacht. And when you get there, you say, I work for nothing. Sometimes it takes years to get what you want. And when you get there, you realize that that's not what you wanted. So before you think about manifesting, and before you think about a goal, you better think about, is that really what you want? Now, it's not always practical to do that, okay? To think about what you want. It's a trial and error kind of a thing. You think about something, you get there, you say, no, I don't want this. Try something else, okay? So the first thing is goal, and make sure you want that. So when you think about a goal, to goal with, you got to be specific. Okay, you got to be specific. So when you talk to somebody else, this is what I'm looking for, they know exactly what you're looking for. Because if you don't have a specificity as to what you want, and you tell somebody, so what does that mean? Okay, I have given a lot of these talks and talked to people. What do you want? I want to be happy. Oh, sure, that's a good goal. But how would you know when you get there? Okay, how do you know when you get there? So that's specific. Then timeline. Is it 1 day? It is 1 year? Is it 10 years? And lifetime? How would you know? Okay, as it relates to happiness, unless you know it's specific, when you get there, you won't know whether you got there or not. The next item is achievable. Okay, I was giving a talk. There were 2 students from Lake Superior College. I asked them, I said, what do you want? They said, I want $10 million by the time I'm 50. I said, that's a valid goal. $10 million by the time you're 50. How old are you? I'm 35. So between 35 and 50, you have 15 years. And how much do you have? He said, yeah, my mother died and he left me a house, and I'm renting that house to college kids. I said, that's nice. Anything else? Are you going to keep doing what you're doing now, which is essentially being a teacher? Now, unfortunately, teachers don't get paid too much. Have you done any calculations as to in 15 years, at the salary of a teacher and whatever you save and all the rent from get the kids, how much money you will accumulate? No, I haven't done that. Okay. I said, $10 million is a lot of money for doing what you're doing. Now, if you leave being a teacher and maybe go in real estate, maybe you can make $10 million in 15 years. But being a teacher, if you make $1 million, you'll be surprised. So it has to be achievable. Scale of 0 to 10, you got to choose something between 4 and 8. Okay, that tells you the scale, and that has to be your scale. It doesn't have to be anybody else's scale. So what you want to achieve, you say, well, is it doable? From 0 to 10, what is the probability I'm assigned according to my own values and resources? I say between 4 and 8. To make progress, you need one item in addition to what I just said. That's motivation. Okay? Unless you're motivated, all your resources will not, most probably, make it happen to what you want. Okay? I'll give you a couple of examples. Here's a high school kid. He's a good football player. Okay, one day the coach asked him, and let's say his name is Chad. He said, Chad, I want to talk to you. The player said, gee whiz, the coach never asked me to talk to me. What's going on? He said, come to my office. So Chad follows the coach to his office. And then guess what? Coach said, have a seat. Have a seat. Never in umpteen years, coach asked me first and then asked me to have a seat. He said, what do you want, coach? He said, for last couple of months, I've seen you run faster, you tackle more, you essentially a better player. What is different about you? So that I can share it with other players and we all be a better team. So Chad said, Coach, do you really want to know? He said, yeah. He said, my father was blind. 3 months ago, he died. Now I play for him. Motivation. Okay, motivation. Another story. Here's a reporter. It's Friday afternoon, nothing much to do. He said, I want to go see what's going on in town. So he goes in town and there's a church being built. So the three guys are laying brick. He goes to the first guy. He said, "What you doing?" He said, "I'm laying brick." It's okay, thank you. He goes to the second guy. He said, "What you doing?" He said, "I'm building a church." Thank you, thank you. He goes to the third guy. He said, "What you doing?" He said, "I'm building a house of God." Nothing different, all three of them laying brick, same mortar. Guess what? Who's more motivated? Who has a better meaning to his life? He's thinking about, hey, I'm doing something for God. So, to manifest something, in addition to 4 principles which I'm going to share with you, there's a fifth one, is you got to have it in your heart. Okay? Without that, all those 4 principles, they're better than nothing. Okay? But they won't get you there. So having emotional attachment to what you want in life. And I'm sure you see that every day in life. Okay? People are emotionally attached to what you want to do. Okay? They perform much, much better. So the first one was goals. Now, after you choose a goal, what you got to do next? Anybody? Pardon me? Little louder. I'm here, hard of hearing.
You have to believe that you can achieve it.
That's also true, but you got to have an action plan.
Yeah, you have to have a plan. You have to have numbers. How many?
Yes, yes.
What are the steps?
Yeah. You got to have a plan as to what you're going to do different. I'll give you an example. I'm a financial advisor. So one of my goals was make some certain number of dollars by the end of last year. So one day I'm sitting there, I asked myself, I said, who told you that number I was looking for? Guess what? Nobody. It was my goal. I said, how come you can't take, say, 1 million more? Of course you can. Nobody told me you can't. So I said, that's what I'm going to go for. And the next question was what I'm going to do different than what I was doing. Come to find out, after doing a little bit of research, I could do a few things. And I'm pleased to share with you, when I did that, I was able to reach my goal, which 6 months ago, I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. Okay, so if you want to manifest, you got to choose a goal, and if you don't do nothing about it, or you don't do anything different, nothing is going to happen. Okay, so you got to decide what is different you're going to do. You know, there's a saying, you are where you want to be. Some people say, oh no, that's not right. Life is crap, you know, and life gives me what I'm looking for. I said, no. If you look back and you say, well, how come I am here today, is that you made choices which made you be here. You made choices. He said, but this happened, that happened, and I couldn't do this. I said, that all is a choice. When that happened, you could have said, I'm not going to do this again. Okay? Why don't we do that? It takes effort. It takes risk. And most of us are not willing to do that. We want life to be comfortable. But when you take a risk, life becomes a little uncomfortable. So that's the second part. So once you decide what to do, the third is what? Do it. Do it. Do it with a focus. Okay, do it with a focus. Because without focus, it'll be better than nothing. It won't be where you want to go. So that's the third one, be focused. And the fourth one, celebration. You got to celebrate. And people say, what does that got to do with anything? I said, let me give you an example. How many of you have dogs? Raise your hand. Okay, you give a command to a dog and dog does it. What do you do?
Praise the dog.
Pardon me?
Praise the dog. Make a big
Praise the dog. Okay. Give dog a treat. Okay. Your emotion, your inner being is just like a dog. If you decide to do something and you do it and you're taking a risk, you got to celebrate. Now, people say, celebrate? Man, I don't have money, I don't have this. I said, no, that's not what celebration means. I give you an example. About 10 years ago, I wanted to go to Mount Everest Base Camp. Okay, where it started from, it's about 18.5 feet high. Took me 6 days to get there. Okay, and so you think about that. Okay, so I said, and air is thin, so I did some calculations. I said, if I climb Spirit Mountain 4 times up and down, okay, within 3 hours, I should be able to do Mount Everest Base Camp. Now it takes 20 minutes to go down, 25 minutes to go up, and you got to do it 4 times. Okay, and then it's about 600 feet. Okay, so you can do calculations that you're doing 600 feet up, 600 feet down, 4 times, 600 multiplied by 8. So that's 4,800. And you're doing it in 3 hours. And when you're climbing the Mount Everest Base Camp, you're taking about 6 hours. And you're doing it in 6 days, 3,500 feet. You calculate it, all that adds up, plus gives you another 20% margin for being thin air. So when I went to the top of Spirit Mountain, on my way there are 2 shops. One is McDonald's, and the other one used to be, I think now it's Circle K. Okay, so I made a deal with myself that if I did on any weekend, because I was working, so I couldn't do it on a weekday, better than last weekend, I'll treat a cup of coffee with cream and flavors at Circle K. If I didn't do that, then I go to McDonald's, buy a senior coffee and save 30 cents. Okay, that was the deal of myself. Now people say, well, that's no goddamn deal. You should be able to do it all the time. I said, you think so, but no. He said, how come? I said, here's the reason. It could be raining. It could be slippery. Okay, it could be windy when you're climbing up. Okay, you're just not a day where you don't feel like doing anything. Okay, because there are a lot of times I was on the mountain, nobody else except me. Okay, nobody else except me. One day, after 3.5 times, 3 times up and half time going down, I said, man, I think I had enough. I don't want to do it. Then there was a guy coming from below up. I started talking to him. And I said, how come you're doing it? He said, I'm training myself, for some mountain in Moscow or Russia. So I said, man, I had enough. He says, come with me, we'll chat. I said, okay. But if I quit someplace, it's not you, it's me. So I start going down with him. We start yakking. Then came back up and came halfway down. So instead of 3.5 times, guess what? I was able to do 4.5 times. Same body, same me. Only difference was I had somebody to talk to. Okay? So, depends. Depends where your motivation is. And how do you celebrate once you do what you want to do? Okay? It's really, really important. Now, other thing, If you ask your dog to do something and the dog is used to getting a treat, and that day you didn't give the dog a treat, what will happen? Next time you ask a dog to do something, ain't gonna do it. Your body is just like that. Okay? You got to celebrate. Okay? If you don't, guess what? It gets harder. It gets harder. Now, let me share with you a resolution I made. Okay? I made a resolution that in 2026, I'll enhance my practice of mindfulness. Okay. Second resolution was I want to dampen my ego. Okay, dampen my ego. Third resolution is I want to make myself more humble. Because as I'm learning, I'm finding out that all three above things make me more saintly. Okay? Let the suffering of life pass by without reacting to it. And of course, fourth one was being a financial advisor, make certain number of dollars. Now, I say apply those principles, the 4 pillars, to these resolutions. Let's take one at a time. First of all, enhance my practice of mindfulness. Okay. Can you define what mindfulness is? I had little difficulty doing that. Okay. I can practice thinking of what mindfulness is. Okay. And unless I know what it is, and when I do it, okay, how am I going to celebrate? Same thing goes for dampen my ego. How would I know when my ego is damp? Because ego is never damp. We all have ego, it's just a matter of degree. Some people have more, and I can give you examples in our politics today. Some people have a very, very high ego, okay, as if they're going to live forever. They don't realize that we all die sooner or later, and that person is going to die too. So, third one, okay, improve certain number of dollars. Now, I chose a number. I chose a timeline, which is 2026. Okay, I was prepared to do something different in terms of investment. Okay, compared to what I used to do. Okay, and once I get there, I know exactly I got there. Okay, so if you choose something which you don't have a definition for, you can't measure it, you can still make progress. Okay, you can still make progress, but it's harder. You don't know what to do to make the progress you look for, you shoot for. You haven't defined it. But you can still make progress. Okay, as in science we say, you have a qualitative measurement and a quantitative measurement. Some of these things have a qualitative. Do you feel good? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm making progress. So on those things, I was making progress. Okay, but you say, why don't you choose something different? I don't want to choose something different. That's what I want to do. Okay, that's my story. So, with that, I want to ask you, what do you want to manifest in life? Just let's take one example and examine it. Anybody? No? Sure, go for it. Joy. Joy. How do you define joy? Feels good all the time. Okay, anybody want to take a shot at it, say, hey, explain that to me, what joy means. How would you know when you got there? And what is different you're doing today than you did yesterday, so you're more joyful? Go ahead. All right, anybody else? Go ahead, Mike.
More opportunities to sing.
Tell me more.
I have some good opportunities to sing, but I would like more opportunities, events.
Okay, before you say you want more, tell me what you're already doing.
Singing at 3 places every weekend.
Okay. I'll let you think about it. Anybody else? If not, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And thank you for your patience waiting for me.
All right, so at this time, we will ask for the offering. And Jerry, are you ready? A little bit of music there, maestro. Give us a good prayer, Jer.
Yes. And so feel your energy now. Feel your heart. Feel your mind. Feel your body. And say, yes, yes, yes. This feels just great because I am a spirit of the universe. I can be there, I can be here. And I feel the greatness of who I am. And my heart feels so much better. And with that, your mind and heart is the oneness of spirit that you've always been. And say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll take this with me today and forever. Amen.
2 more. Come on. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
There you go. We got to get 3 out of you every Sunday. All right, what's our next one? Our next hymn? 153, and it is? Oh.
Count your blessings.
Oh, yes. When upon life's billows you have tempest tossed, when you're feeling discouraged, it is all is lost. Count your many blessings, name them one by one, and you will surprise you what the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. When your life seems empty, it is so untrue. There's a mighty presence making all things new. Miracles take place wherever you may be, proving that God's love is with you constantly. Count your blessings. blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. All right, so let us say our church affirmation, which you'll find on the white card. We totally accept the belief that God is in charge of the affairs and direction of Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. As our thoughts of trust and joyful anticipation join in harmony with the thoughts of all members of this fellowship, we attract the right ministerial leadership and people to our spiritual community, and we are grateful. So as I give a benediction, why don't we gather up in a circle and then we'll sing our final song. Source Creator, help us each and every day to find the best expression of our soul. Be rewarded in our lives with a flow of abundance to keep us safe, protected, supported, and have all the benefits of financial security to help us continue expressing the highest version of ourselves without fear and without worry. So, let's sing.